Good day to you, spoilt brats, and welcome to the Spoiler Room live stream. Thank you for stumbling across this and giving it a listen. My name is Pixel.daddy, and a couple years ago I started something called Spoiler Room in Copenhagen, which essentially is a place for people to share demos, works in progress, unreleased material live. And we've been doing these a lot over the last few years, and it's been a pleasure, and we'll continue doing those. But I had this idea about a year ago, I think, to do a version of Spoiler Room that was sort of online, digital, for the people that were a little bit more shy, maybe, and didn't want to perform their material live, which is how you usually would share stuff at a Spoiler Room. So we started this live stream where you can send in a demo alongside, or a work in progress. It can be not music related necessarily, but so far it's been mainly music. And your phone number, and then we will call you up and listen / watch / see, look at your work in progress and have a conversation about it together. So that's the format in short. And I don't know whether I'm going to be doing these intros every week, but I thought for the first episode it felt weird to just go straight into it and not explain what the fuck is going on. So that's what I'm doing now. And I think personally when I started Spoiler Room, it was very much an ode to a scene and a sort of out of a wanting to create a music scene where people share their works in progress with each other and fuck around and experiment together and collaborate across all sorts of genres and whatnot. And it was never really about me, and continues not to be about me, but since I'm here talking, I kind of feel weird if I don't. I think what I'm trying to say is that I grew up in this era where I got my first phone when I was 15, and or my first iPhone at least, and I got a Facebook account, which was the thing to do back then, maybe 14, and I've always had this distance between me as a person and who I exist as online, and I've always felt this wall when it comes to sort of talking about private things online. I've never felt that comfortable sharing private things online. I feel like it's feels like overstepping a personal boundary a little bit. But at the same time, I listen to a lot of podcasts and enjoy a lot of people doing exactly that. So I'm going to challenge myself a little bit and not be too shy about sharing things about myself also. Yeah, but that's not what this is about. I'm getting that was a side note. That was a massive side note. Because what this is about essentially is sharing works in progress, and that's what we've been doing. Oh, that was a little burp. Sorry about that. That's what we've been doing over this last half year of spoiler live streams, and we're going to continue to do so. And in this episode, which is essentially our like pilot episode, I speak to two people. I should note that I speak Danish fluently. I grew up in Denmark, and we are mainly based in Denmark also, for the time being at least. So if you do not speak Danish, you should skip to the second conversation with Connor, lovely guy, where we'll speak English. But the other conversations in Danish, it's a bit complicated because a lot of the people that are involved in doing Spoiler Room are non-Danish speakers. So, but also a lot of people, obviously in Copenhagen, speak Danish fluently. A lot of the people in our community speak Danish. So some of the conversations will be in Danish, some of the conversations will be in English. But I will, when I do these things and talk to you lot, I will just be speaking English because I'm comfortable with that too, and then I don't have to exclude any of our international listeners and members of the community. Anyway, without further ado, I think we should get into this episode. I wanted to say really briefly that it's very clear to me that I'm quite nervous in this live stream and I'm rushing a little bit. I also realize when I'm listening back that I breathe a lot into the microphone when others are talking, which is a bit annoying when I look back on it, but I didn't realize at the time. And I guess that's part of the process when you're learning to do shit like this, is mic etiquette when doing a podcast. And it's also just recorded on a fucking SM58, which for those who are into music know is like the bog standard mic. So the fidelity is not hi-fi at the moment, but we did actually get a studio recently, a Spoiler Room studio, and the future live streams will be live from that studio, which hopefully will give a bit of a nicer ring. Right now I'm in a studio, my mum's studio actually, not a sound studio, but with a fucking huge roof. And this room, if I speak just louder than this right now, you'll be able to hear the echo. Just if I clap like this, 1 second. Did you fucking hear that? That was loud as hell. Anyway, that's enough of my yapping for now. I'm gonna let us into the episode and say to all of you, if you wish to be called up on a live stream, the way we do it right now is you send a demo or a work in progress to demospoiler@gmail.com with your phone number attached in the email. That's very important. And then the next time we live stream, we're going to try and call as many people up as possible. So feel free to send us something and you'll get called up on a random Sunday, which is when we're expecting to be streaming usually. Cool. Okay, without further ado, Spoiler live stream episode 1.
Elvira?
Hej Elvira.
Hej, hvem er det?
Det er Pixel. Du er...
Hey. What? Hej, har du det godt?
Jeg har det mega godt. Jeg er lidt nervøs. Men prøver bare lige at chill.
Er du gået i gang nu?
Du er simpelthen... Du er ude i æderen, skat.
Jeg har også sendt min demo ind til pixel.daddy's spoiler livestream.
Ja. Det er lige præcis det der. Og det er jo lidt snyd, for vi kender godt hinanden i forvejen, Elvira. Vi har mødt hinanden masser af gange.
Ja.
Men jeg er rigtig glad for, at du sendte noget ind. Og det var simpelthen sådan et sekund efter, jeg havde postet det der. Nærmest, at du sendte noget ind.
Jeg var sådan, du ved, ADHD. Jeg skal gøre det nu, ellers glemmer jeg det.
Det er fucking fedt. Og jeg har ikke hørt den endnu.
Er det rigtigt?
Nej, ja, så jeg håber ikke, det er en prank. Jeg håber ikke, du bare har...
Ej,
sendt sådan en masse fartlyde. Ja, eller The Root Sandstorm. Ja, det kunne være rigtig fedt. Ej, det skulle jeg aldrig have sagt, fordi så kommer folk til at gøre det Nå, det kan være, vi screener næste gang.
Er du live nu, eller sådan?
Baby, du er live right now, right here. This is live. Vi lever. Du er i live.
Nå, tak fordi jeg må være med.
Selvfølgelig. Du er simpelthen den første, vores første caller ever.
Cool.
Historisk. Ja.
Skal jeg sige? Nej.
Hvad vil du sige, Elvira?
Sangen, eller?
Jeg tænker, vi skal høre den. Jeg vil i hvert fald rigtig gerne høre den, fordi jeg har ikke hørt den endnu. Så det vi gør, det er, at vi spiller den lige, så jeg lige ved, hvad det er, vi snakker om. Og så bagefter, så snakker vi bare lidt om den, og lidt om live. Og ja. Så nu spiller jeg den her, så du må også gerne selv lytte til den, hvis du har lyst, hvis du har den liggende, eller på livestreamen der. Hvis du har lyst til det,
jo,
så burde du også kunne høre den der.
Jeg håber, I kan lide den.
Ja, det gør det også. Men det bliver ikke, jeg kommer ikke til at bedømme den. Der er ikke noget...
Det har jeg det okay med.
Ja, det har jeg da også rigtig godt med. Så nu kan vi bare, Jonas, play the tune, spin the track. Hvad hedder den, Elvira? Vil du lige fortælle mig, hvad den hedder?
Ja, det her, den sang, der hedder Leave You.
Super.
Ja.
Fedt.
Værsgo, den demo.
Fedt.
It's not my first time not picking up signs I would leave to rot. When you came out of thin air, your t-shirt read out beware. No sleeping, no joking, all I do is smoking. I guess the sun has seen a brighter moon. I guess the shed has seen a sharper tool. I was the last to know. I get played like a Casablanca piano. It's not the first time I'm getting no sirens telling me to let they go. You threw a fit, didn't you? You fucked me like a bitch, didn't you? And you put me through cool tunes, left me bruised. No sleeping, no joking, all I do is smoking weed. No eating, I'm too busy choking on lies that you told me. 'Cause you put me through cool tunes, left me bruised. Left me bruised, but for long, 'cause I was bound to leave you.
Wow. Dejligt. Fedt.
Tak.
Tak, fordi du sendte den ind, Elvira. Det er mega dejligt.
Jamen, så lidt.
Vil du måske bare fortælle mig lidt om sådan... hvad der sker på den? Hvad var første gang hvad var det første du lavede med den her sang?
Det er virkelig svært for mig at huske. Jeg tror, jeg skriver de fleste ting bare med sådan en lille trommemaskine. Og så bare laver et eller andet groove, og så spiller guitar over.
Okay.
Og det er sjovt, det ligger jo lige her sammen med Alma, mens du ringede, som også er her. Og vi var på en hold, hvor jeg sådan... Jeg havde været virkelig heartbroken den der sommer, og jeg havde bare været sådan, vred. Og jeg havde taget alt muligt shit med til at skrive sange, og så deroppe Almas mormor og keramiker har sådan kæmpe, sådan den her kæmpe lade, som jeg kunne være i. Og så havde jeg bare ikke kunne sådan skrive noget hele ugen. Og så var det sådan sidste aften, og sådan Alma og Mille lavede løgsuppe. Og de var sådan, det er klar lige om lidt, eller sådan, vi går i gang med at lave mad nu. Og så var jeg sådan, okay, fuck, jeg bliver nødt til at lave et eller andet, inden det her mad er færdigt, sådan, så jeg ikke tager hjem uden at have lavet bare et eller andet. Og så synes jeg bare sådan, der var noget ret fedt over nogle af de der sådan, sådan lidt Taylor Swift-agtige, sådan, det er så tarveligt, jeg er blevet snydt af mit situationship-sange, som var ret fede, så det var sådan lidt sådan en sådan walk-away anthem.
Helt sikkert. Helt sikkert. Og tror du, løgsuppe-elementet, hvordan skinner det igennem i sangen, føler du? Altså, var det vigtigt med tidspresset?
Ja, jeg synes altid, tidspres er vigtigt.
Okay.
Det er også noget med... Det er også sådan, det er også det, jeg elsker ved det her, der er bare sådan, spil din demo. Det er noget med sådan, sluk for din indre kritiker. Kom i kontakt med noget intuitivt, som man ret nemt sådan, kan negligere.
Ja, 100%.
Normalt.
Hvis du skulle gætte på, hvor lang tid du har brugt på den her demo indtil videre, hvor lang tid har du så cirka arbejdet på den i alt?
I alt 7 timer. Den anden har lavet mix på den.
Okay.
Men der er sådan, alt er bare smidt ind-agtigt, ikke?
Ja, jo, helt sikkert. Helt sikkert. Og det var noget, du lavede her i sommers?
Det var forrige sommer, og så den bare ligget og samlet støv på Google Drive. Og det er sådan noget med sådan, i virkeligheden burde man jo lige re-record guitaren, så den er i time, og lave vokalerne igen og sådan noget. Jeg har aldrig taget mig sammen til det, fordi jeg ikke ved, om jeg synes sådan, stilen er fed, men jeg synes bare, det er sådan en sjov lille nummer, jeg har lavet. Og så tænkte jeg, at det passede til anledningen.
Ja, 100%. Så du har haft den liggende i 1,5 år, næsten?
Ja, er det 1,5 år?
Ja, passer meget godt.
Ja.
Okay. En heartbreak sommer. Ja, klart.
Heartbreak.
Ja.
Den rammer hver år.
Den rammer simpelthen hvert år. Ja, det kender jeg godt.
Rest in peace. Sommer 2022.
Var det sådan, var det noget tekst, som du havde haft med i forvejen? Altså sådan, var der... Du sagde, du laver meget trommemaskinen først. Og det er jo sjovt, fordi det er jo en meget... Det var jo ikke sådan... 8. del. Altså, det var ikke sådan et straight 4-takters groove.
Ja, lige præcis. Man kan bare slå steps til og fra. Det synes jeg er så nice. Man kan bare gøre sådan en sequence.
Hvad er det, du arbejder med for en trommemaskine, som du er så vild med?
Jeg bruger bare sådan en Korg Volca.
Okay, klart.
Ja, virkelig sweet.
Ja.
Og så laver jeg det bare i Logic bagefter, men det er sådan ideen. Ja.
Ja. Og hvad hedder det? Er det så... Så hvis du startede med trommemaskiner, og måske lagde lidt guitar, var du fra starten sådan, okay, jeg vil gerne lave en sang, der handler om det her, eller kom det løbende, eller hvordan var den proces med at få hele den der I'm gonna leave you, eller I'm leaving you stemning på tværs?
Jeg tror, det var meget sådan det, der var sådan on top of my head på det tidspunkt, og sådan havde det virkelig ynkeligt over den der helt forfærdelige episode, jeg har haft med en, jeg havde set, og der er også meget af det, der er meget direkte til det. Det handler jo sådan, teksten handler meget om at sådan, ikke at læse sådan, de der faretegn, eller sådan ikke at følge sin mavefornemmelse. Og hvor første vers også går sådan noget, when you came out of thin air, your t-shirt read out, beware. Og sådan, da den her person reelt havde haft en t-shirt på, hvor der stod beware. Det er sådan, det tager straight ud i virkeligheden, der er intet på i
det var bogstaveligt, det skete.
Ja, med sådan en ond hund på, og sådan noget der. Wow. Og hvor jeg har stået i den situation, og sådan, wow, eller sådan...
Wow. Hvad tænkte du, da du så det oprindeligt? Da du
det komme, eller sådan.
Ja. Hvad var din initial, da du mødte personen for første gang og så den t-shirt? Hvad tænkte du dengang?
Nej, det var da det begyndte at gå ned ad bakke, og sådan, jeg tror også, jeg tog mig selv i at være selvbevidst i sådan, eller sådan lige pludselig. det der med, når man møder nogen, er man meget blind over for alle de der ting, der slet ikke er right. Og så sådan lige pludselig, så kan man se alle de der tegn. At det kun fungerer retrospektivt på en eller anden måde, ikke?
Føler du generelt, du er god til at ignorere red flags?
Jeg prøver at blive bedre. Og jeg prøver også at have en indstilling, der hedder, det er godt at vokse ud af sine sko. Det er godt at kigge tilbage og være sådan, hvor var jeg dum, jeg burde have været klogere, fordi det er tegn på, at man er blevet klogere.
Så når du siger, at du prøver at blive bedre, så mener du prøver at blive bedre til at se?
Ja, men jeg er også virkelig sådan en stor romantiker. Hvilket nogle gange kan være lidt forblindende. Så det er en work in progress. Hvad med dig? Skal jeg ikke stille spørgsmål tilbage? Er det for mig?
Du kan godt stille spørgsmål tilbage, men jeg ved ikke, om jeg har noget rigtig godt svar til det. I forhold til red flags. Jeg er simpelthen bare mega god til at se dem.
Ej, nice.
Eller jeg har aldrig haft nogle super dårlige oplevelser. Men jeg tror også, det er noget andet, når man... eller det ved jeg ikke. Jeg føler, det er noget andet, når man dater kvinder i min optik. Jeg har aldrig haft sådan nogle dårlige dates rigtig på den måde. Eller sådan, det er nu i lang tid, som viser sig at være helt vildt toxic eller noget. Sådan, jeg har sgu egentlig bare været rigtig heldig med det der.
Okay, sweet.
Ja. Så desværre, der er ikke så meget tige i den.
Men jeg kan, altså, I don't know. Jeg har også datet mange kvinder med red flags.
Ja.
Jeg tror måske bare, du har været heldig.
Ja, det kan også godt være. Det kan også godt være,
men
det.
Helt klart, der er nogle wack-kønnede dynamikker i dating på begge sider. Og sådan, I don't know, hvis man skal sige noget, der rent faktisk er brugbart om, I don't know, undgå sådan fuck dating-kultur, hvor man bruger hinanden for sit eget ego og sådan noget der. Så handler det om at komme de her dynamikker til livs. Finde ud af, hvad de er, hvad de kommer af. Og sådan, jeg tror jo, man kan pege på heteropatriarkatet altså i forhold til virkelig mange ting. I forhold til noget opførsel, som vi ikke ønsker os over for hinanden og som samfund, men som bliver normaliseret. Og jeg tror, man kan afetablere det, hvis vi lærer det at kende.
Okay, ja. Ser du meget den kultur, eller okay, nu bliver det helt deep, Elvira. Men ja, det er meget rart. Det er meget rart, det havde jeg ikke regnet med. Det er
okay,
også meget hyggeligt. Jeg havde sådan en lang samtale med en af mine veninder omkring sådan polyamori og den sådan trender og hvordan det spillede eller kunne spille sammen med sådan en jeg kan ikke huske hvordan hun formulerede det, men at en masse mænd havde fået sådan adgang til sådan noget terapisprog som godkendt toxic behavior i bund og grund. Og den del, det kunne jeg godt resonate lidt med, tror jeg. Nå, men anyway, tilbage til den der sang, Elvira. Din heartbreak-sang. Er du kommet over det heartbreak nu, eller når du hører den, er det så stadig, altså, for det er jo det er jo ikke en broken heartbreak-sang, på en måde. Den er også lidt heroisk.
Det er den der sådan, prøver at tage noget magt tilbage stemning, men den er også sådan skrevet lidt som en joke jo, eller sådan, den er jo lidt fjollet, og sådan, den er meget lige til at stå. Og vi havde den der tur til Bornholm med også en veninde, hvor altså, hun også sådan, bare havde været i de samme situationer, så det var sådan, nu skal jeg skrive en sang til os alle sammen, eller sådan.
Var I alle tre derovre for at arbejde, eller var det kun dig, der havde taget over med mindset, der skulle arbejde?
Nej, men der var ingen, der skulle arbejde. Vi var bare på ferie, men jeg havde bare sat mig for, at jeg ville skrive noget musik. Men vi var bare nede og bade og have det sommerferieagtigt. Jeg ved ikke, hvad lavede vi på den tur?
Vi spiste regnmadder.
Vi spiste regnmadder.
Klipperne og sådan noget.
Så det var måske også noget med sådan lige at komme væk fra byen. Nej, det er så kliché at sige, at man skriver godt, når man kommer væk fra byen. Men
følte du, at formåede du at være til stede på din ferie, til trods for, at du havde taget instrumenter og setup med?
Ja, jeg kunne ikke skrive noget jo, men jeg tror også, så sådan, jeg havde lidt writer's block, så jeg var sådan, nu hygger jeg mig bare i stedet.
Okay. Og det blev du ikke selv, fordi det er i hvert fald min erfaring med sådan noget, at hvis jeg først har taget ting med til at lave musik, så kan jeg godt få det lidt svært ved, når jeg så ikke kan finde ud af det, og så accepterer, at jeg ikke kan finde ud af det. Det kan godt blive ret hårdt, og bare, så sidder jeg bare, pisker mig selv over, at jeg ikke kan få lavet noget. Selvom jeg egentlig bare burde være på ferie og chill.
Jeg har lært siden, apropos det der med at skulle presses en tidsfrist. Altså, jeg arbejder bare bedst med andre. Sådan.
Var det her så fuldkommen solo?
Hvad siger du?
Var alle dele af den her proces solo så?
Ja, det har jeg skrevet solo, og så spillede jeg det for min ven, som er musiker, virkelig, virkelig dygtig. Og de lavede så, var så sådan, hey, skal jeg ikke lige mixe det? Og så var jeg sådan, jo, helt sikkert. Så det var sådan, that's it.
Sygt. Og du spiller jo selv meget basic og guitar og sådan noget. Var det en bass, der var sådan the main thing? Jeg kunne ikke høre, om det var guitar eller bass, der
Der er
sådan
ikke
rockede
noget bass på det her nummer.
Det er bare guitar? Okay.
Nærmest alt, det skriver alene, er kun guitar, men så stacker jeg også 1000 guitarer, og jeg er ligeglad. Eller sådan, og jeg genindspiller aldrig noget. Og det er også derfor, det aldrig bliver til mere end en demo. Men jeg synes, det er fedt. Altså nogle gange, så skriver vi også bare for at få et outlet, og ikke nødvendigvis for at få et produkt. Hvor jeg snakkede med en forfatter for nylig, hvor vi snakkede om det der med at skrive poesi, og, sådan, og det der virkelig mange gør, og sådan, hvis man vil noget med det. Og hvor de sagde til mig, at sådan, de skriver ikke nødvendigvis for at skrive noget, folk kan læse, men de skriver i den tro, at verden ville være et bedre sted, hvis alle skrev. Og der tror jeg, at det oversætter til musik.
Sådan terapeutisk, ligesom, jeg ved ikke, om du er bekendt med det, der hedder The David Lynch Foundation. Måske bare Lynch Foundation, som er sådan en...
Nej, men vi har snakket om for nylig, at han er begyndt at meditere helt vildt meget også, ikke?
Og det har han gjort i meget lang tid. Meget, meget lang tid. Og der er et meget ikonisk interview med ham faktisk, af Michael Bertelsen, hvor jeg mener, det er Michael Bertelsen eller David Lynch har sagt ja til det her interview på præmissen. Der er en hund, der har det helt crazy. Nå, sorry. Kan I godt høre den hund? Ja, nå. Ja, det er ret syret. Jamen, jeg tror, der bor nogle drug dealere under mig. Det er faktisk ikke engang en joke. Jeg tror legit, der bor nogle drug dealere under mig. Nå, det er også lige meget. Det er en side note. Det jeg ville sige, det var, at at David Lynch Lynch Foundation der. Nej, 2 ting. Først bare en anbefaling. Se det interview med Michael Bertelsen og David Lynch, fordi at Michael Bertelsen formår. David Lynch har sagt ja til det her interview på præmissen, at det skal handle om, at han er i Danmark for at, jeg mener det for at åbne en højskole i Rørvig eller sådan noget. Være med til åbningen der, fordi at der er åbnet sådan en meditationshøjskole i Rørvig, eller noget i den retning. Måske var det bare en skole.
Aha. Han er der. Han er out there.
Det er derfor David Lynch er i Danmark. Og så for Michael Bertelsen kringlede et interview, men David Lynch siger, at det skal være på præmissen, at rektoren fra skolen tager med til interviewet, og er en del af interviewet, og det skal handle om meditation. Og så i de første 5 minutter får Michael Bertelsen ligesom vredet samtalen over på, om hvorvidt den her forstander, om han kan meditere alle steder, eller om det er sådan stedspecifikt. Og ham rektoren der siger ligesom, nå, men det kan jeg godt alle steder. Og så får han
sindssygt sagt. Det kan man jo.
Og så siger han, kan du gøre det nu? Kan du gøre det? Jo, men rektoren der, rektoren siger så sådan noget, altså ja, men det bliver ikke et særligt sjovt interview, hvis jeg mediterer, for jeg kan ikke være 2 steder på én gang. Sådan noget i den dur. Og så siger Michael Bertelsen, kan du demonstrere det? Kan du bare i 5 minutter? Sådan nu måske. Og så får han ham til at meditere resten af interviewet. Så Michael Bertelsen ender med bare at have et one-on-one interview med David Lynch og spørger ham om alt muligt andet, der ikke har med meditation at gøre, mens der sidder en rektor ved siden af med lukkede øjne, helt inde i sit sådan indre.
Men det lyder som om han har sendt ham i spjældet. Det lyder som om han er sådan, jeg skal lige af med ham her.
Det er virkelig, det er en teknik, jeg aldrig nogensinde har set før. Det er jo så imponerende, at det lykkedes ham at få sin will med det der. Nå, men det var det med David Lynch, jeg lige ville sige noget om. Det var, at Lynch Foundation, de havde lavet sådan nogle eksperimenter med at sætte 1000 mennesker til at meditere i store byer, og så de sådan en korrelation mellem the crime rate i den by, når de havde mediteret i den by, ikke ude omkring, ikke i byen, Men sådan, det minder mig bare om
den
det, du
blev
siger.
mindre, eller den blev højere?
At den blev mindre.
Okay.
Ja, men det er også meget veldokumenteret, at når der er boksekampe og sådan noget, at så stiger kriminalitet, og især vold i hjem og sådan noget. Så det var meget interessant, synes jeg, at der var sådan en korrelation. Ja, det kunne være...
Så når jeg laver en sang om, at sådan, man skal forlade toxic situationship, så kan det være, at jeg sætter noget ud.
Ja, præcis.
Ja,
det kan være.
Noget, man ikke kan tage og føle på, men noget, som er der. Ved du hvad, jeg håber det.
Det er jo lidt det, han siger, ham, din forfatterven der. Din forfatterven der, som snakkede om, at... Ja.
Ja, Marie, ja.
Nå, okay, ja. Altså, mega spændende. Så det kan godt være, at Livio der, det bare bliver sådan... At det spreder sig sådan underbevidst i ens kollektiv, i vores kollektiv bevidsthed, hvem ved?
Jeg håber det. Jeg føler, at folk er blevet gode til at kigge indad og kigge på, hvilken energi man sætter til folk. Venskaber. Jeg håber ikke bare, det er en trend, men det er virkelig op at køre for tiden med venskaber.
Ja.
Hvordan man passer på dem. Mig og Alma har lige haft en rigtig god one-on-one om vores venskab. Altså, bare...
Ej, så lige her i dag, eller hvad?
Hold øje med, hvem der er der. Hvad siger du?
Altså i dag?
Ja, lige nu. Lige da du ringede.
Nå, ej, hvor smukt.
Ja, man skal huske det.
Må jeg spørge, hvad den var triggeret af? Var der noget, der skulle gøre, at de skulle have den samtale nu?
Det er lidt privat, men det handler om at bo sammen også. Og sådan, bare lige sørge for, at man får set hinanden ordentligt og sådan noget der. Og sådan, det er også noget, mange glemmer at snakke om. Men det er op i tiden, at man får lyttet efter til, hvordan man har det, og prøver at snakke med folk om det, selvom det er skræmmende.
Ja.
Og gå væk fra relationer, der ikke fungerer.
Ja. Nej, helt sikkert. Smukt.
Jeg håber, det bliver ved, og det ikke bare er sådan noget fucking shit, vi kun snakker om nu, hvor vi lige har et år, hvor alle er blevet hooks, og så kan så er vi tilbage til at være toxic næste år.
Det er sjovt. Jeg har en af mine bedste venner læser Bill Hooks lige nu. Hun er helt oppe at køre over det.
Ja. Okay, altså sidespor, men der er den her Instagram, der laver de her room tours for de her helt fucked up klamme boy rooms i, jeg tror det er i Philadelphia, hvor det er sådan, så er det ligesom sådan MTV Cribs, men sådan, du kan ikke se gulvet. Der er en slange løs eller noget sted i væggen. Sådan, der er en hel samling af sådan, I don't know, gamle kropsdele i sådan nogle syltetøjsglas fra et eller andet sådan mental asylum, som der er en eller anden, der købt. Sådan, det klammeste drengeværelse.
Det lyder ikke som et normalt klamt teenage-drengeværelse. Det lyder ret ekstra.
Nej, det er over the top, men de har altid Bill Hooks All About Love liggende på bordet.
Okay. De huller i væggene, der er blevet lavet, fordi at han har været sur på et tidspunkt og slået ind i væggen.
Ja, lige præcis. Han har fået listen.
Hvad hedder den Instagram bare lige så hvem end der lige lytter med kan finde den?
Jeg tror, enten hedder den Boys Room, ellers hedder den bare Boy Room. Men altså, det er huge. Okay. Jeg kan anbefale til alle at tjekke det ud.
Ej, dejligt.
Og så skal man huske, at et boy room, det kan man jo have ligegyldigt køn. Det er ikke noget, der kun er henvist eller henholdt for cis-mænd. Det er noget, alle kan claime.
Det er godt. Er der noget, du gerne vil sige før vi lægger på her, Elvira? Det har været rigtig dejligt at snakke.
Jeg vil bare sige, at det var hyggeligt at være med. Jeg håber ikke, jeg har sagt noget for åndssvagt. Og jeg håber, I får en virkelig god aften.
Tak. Jeg håber, I vil følge med.
Fordi jeg vil spille min lille sang.
Jamen, det var så dejligt. Tusind tak, fordi du delte.
Ha' det godt.
Ha' det godt.
Hej.
Hej. Oh God, I'm back again. Sorry you lot. I just have a quick message to beg you for your money, essentially. Because, well, we at Spoiler Room, we do a lot of events. We do a lot of these live streams. And there's fuck all money in these live streams, honestly. Even really popular ones, as far as I understand. Not that I'm speaking from experience on that point, but we feel as though we're doing something positive, and we want to continue doing it. And if you're enjoying this, and if you're wanting to contribute, you can donate. The small sum of 30 krona, which is the equivalent of about £4 of about, I don't know, €5. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know much about the conversion rates at the moment. And yeah, probably about, I don't know, $6, $5, I don't know. Look it up, 30 krona. You can donate via our Patreon account, Spoiler Room Collective on Patreon. And no stress, it's not... we know that a lot of people that listen to this and that are involved in our community are broke as fuck. And I relate. It's totally okay. But if you feel like you can spare the equivalent of a flat white, or even less than a flat white, at least in Copenhagen, it's 2/3 of a flat white. If you can spare that once a month to support this, then I implore you to do so. That would be lovely, and it would mean we could make more and better podcasts in the future. And if you can't afford it, no worries at all. We're going to continue putting it out, and it's the people that can afford it. The people that can't. I know for myself, I don't donate to that many patrons myself, so it's totally fair. 'Cause I'm a broke bitch myself. Anyway, I'm gonna let you listen to the second half of this Spoiler Room live stream. So do enjoy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Is this Connor speaking?
Yes.
Yes. Good evening, Connor. You're on the phone with
Evening.
pixel.daddy.
Okay.
And we're live.
Cool.
Yeah, I appreciate your email. I appreciate you sending in some stuff. I have no idea who you are, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Because I had a lot of friends email in, so I'm very pleased that you emailed in. We want to hear the song and talk about that. I think I might just quickly ask though, are you how you doing?
I'm good. Yeah. I'm a little hungover, but fine. How are you?
What makes you hungover? How come?
I mean, I didn't actually go out or anything. I just stayed up late making music with a friend, who actually helped to master this track, which was like quite helpful for me.
All right, that's nice to have a little mastering buddy.
For sure.
I love that. Is so the song you've sent in is mastered, so it's like a ready to release type track. It's not a work in progress as such.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much ready. Yeah,
okay.
But it's not released yet. Yeah.
No. Okay. Cool. Very cool. Are you based in Copenhagen area or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. But you're British.
Yes, I am British.
Whereabouts in Britain are you from?
London.
There you go. Nice. Okay, well, I think we're just gonna listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play it, and then we can have a little chat about it afterwards and about life and such. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. Sounds good.
Nice. So, Jonas, are you ready on the buttons over there? Sick. Okay. Go ahead, Jonas. Play it. Nice one. That made me want to load up Black Ops on my PS3 and like shoot some zombies as JFK.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for.
I thought so, and you hit it right, the nail right on the head there. Tell me about yourself, Connor. What started? Where did this come from? How old is this song, and where did it sort of start?
Like for me with music in general?
No,
or...
this specific track. Let's start there.
It's quite recent, so I probably started it maybe like 2 or 3 months ago. And it was a bit more of like a I don't know, like I've been experimenting with a lot of kind of quite bassy kind of electronic music, but with a bit more kind of like spatial like approach in some way. And to some extent, it's kind of like a little bit of a technical exercise as well, like trying to get better at the mixing, mastering phase. Because when you make this kind of music, it's kind of expected that you do the whole end-to-end process. Yeah. And
that's interesting what you said just there. So you think where's that expectation come from, do you think?
So I mean, I had a job for some years and I quit it like 4 months ago to start on music, and I do like kind of writing and other like kind of installation based projects. And I guess one of my objectives was to be able to get consistent enough at the stuff that I find boring, like mixing and mastering and I don't know, like distribution and promotion, like all that kind of thing. So that potentially I could come back to a normal job and find it easier to just get stuff out there, kind of. Yeah.
Right. So the expectation comes from yourself, in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a genre specific expectation you were talking about. The within.
No,
sort of
not so much.
EDME or what? I don't even what would you call? What would you describe?
Well,
so
so
do you have a genre?
Kind of like, I mean, I wasn't trying to make it as a genre thing, but then my friend who helped with the mastering, who's a drum and bass producer, was like, this is kind of like half-time drum and bass, which is kind of like this. It's basically drum and bass without the full like fast beat pattern, and then you have quite a lot of space between like the kick and the snares. And I know, and funnily enough, last year I had like, you know, Spotify gives you like this is your most listened to genre this year.
Right.
Thing.
Yeah.
And it told me mine was called wonky, which is a genre I'd never heard of. And so I think it's something within like, and I'd actually recommend like to anyone who hasn't listened to some of the stuff that there's a lot of interesting, like it's heavy bass music, but there's more interesting sound design and kind of weird, like the beats are a bit more broken and yeah.
Okay, for sure. So specifically with this track, you said it's quite recent.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first session you had with it? Do you remember where you were in the world when you had the first session?
I mean, I know where I would have been in our music studio, but I don't really remember because to be honest, like it's like when you make this kind of music, you make quite a lot quite often in a way. So the starting process is like because the starting process for this could have even not been the actual song. It could have been like a drum loop or a sound or. So honestly, I don't really remember, but usually because I've finished it, it was probably more like solid when I started, I would imagine. But I don't remember specifically because I think I spent so much time in the same space starting so many projects. So yeah.
Is that a theme generally that when a song comes out more fully formed from the beginning that you tend to finish them?
Yeah, I would say so.
Right.
Yeah, or I'd finish it in its original form, like, but you could have other things that it's like you've made a really nice, I don't know, whatever it is, like vocal or melody or drums or something, and then you can just, like with this kind of music, it's very like you can manipulate everything you do. So I just kind of took maybe a drum part from a track, and then it might be a totally new track, but I kind of still took something from it. Yeah.
So a lot of songs that you create are a mishmash of all these.
Yeah.
Different exercises you've worked on. Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been in Denmark for?
Like 7 years, just over 7 years, I think.
Okay. How come you moved here originally?
So to study originally, and I had some Danish friends, like both growing up and kind of closer friends in later life, like from meeting in the UK. and then Brexit to some extent, probably. And you guys having free education was probably a factor as well. But I guess I just had some existing network, people I liked, and the opportunity to go and study in Europe. Yeah.
What did you study here?
I actually studied like international law, like mostly like human rights and environmental stuff, but I didn't end up doing that as a job, like directly.
I feel like the connection between wonky drum and bass and international law for me is hard. I like that space. I think that's something, you have a unique selling point there, Connor.
Yeah, I've never sold it like that.
Yeah, maybe you should consider combining your strengths there. See if there's something to do there. But okay, very cool. Have you ever been to Stefan Hus here in Copenhagen? The bar.
To where, sorry?
Stefan Hus, it's called. A bar on Stefansgade.
Maybe, but I don't specifically remember. And it would have been a long time ago if I have.
Okay, I've found that it's like the hub for British expats, because I'm half British, and whenever I go, I feel like I'm at a pub in London to an extent. It's cozy.
I'll have to go.
Yeah, it could be a vibe. It's because they show football, you know.
Yeah.
But okay, so you used to do study law here. How come? Are you not within that? Are you not in that field at all anymore?
I mean, so my job was more kind of like climate advocacy, I would say, like kind of political and kind of like trying to convince people to go green in some sense. So it was kind of related, and then I guess I was doing something that I was passionate about, and then I stopped becoming as passionate about it, and then I wanted to do something else I was passionate about, which was like this stuff. Yeah.
So you switched over to doing music full time?
Yeah, essentially, like not just music, but like I also do some kind of like writing projects and some like I guess theater or installation type things. Yeah.
Right. Does it inform in all seriousness? Does your law? Do you feel it reflects in what music you make? Do you feel there's any connection? Is there anything that you can apply to your music that you learnt while studying law?
It's interesting. I never thought about that. I mean, now I'm rationalizing it, like maybe, but they're probably quite weird things to say. like I guess there's something around, like this just occurred to me now, so I don't know if I'm talking nonsense, but like
I love nonsense. Go ahead.
So like I don't know, it's like law has a kind of weird way of you take all people and their emotions and like what they do in the world and then breaks it down to this very like rational reality. And there is something about that with music where you kind of take things that, I don't know, remind you of a sound in the world, like use percussion from like hitting a table or just a friend laughing or like whatever the sound is, and then you can kind of like bring it back into this grid in a sense, like in the software, like where you're kind of rationalizing, I guess, like stories about people or spaces or things that happened. And law definitely isn't this interesting. I'm just trying to, yeah.
No, but I see the connection a little bit. That is interesting, especially in the type of music based on what little I've heard of yours. That I do see that or hear that. It's in order in a way.
Yeah.
Way. What about the title of it? It was called, what was the track called again?
Gravity Grind.
Gravity Grind. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't really know. I guess I thought it had like a sense of to be honest, I might have gone onto ChatGPT and just kept repeating until I liked one, and I think it's because I had like a sense of weight or something. And yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know if the grind is like a sound in the song or if it's like my grind or something. I hadn't really thought that much, but I guess just it sounded kind of good.
I guess there's many types of grind. There's also grinding.
Yeah. I hadn't thought of that one. Yeah.
Yeah. It could be
like grinding on gravity. Yeah.
Grinding on gravity. It's like it could be a dance move for sure.
It could be.
I mean, I know that obviously everyone knows now that getting TikTok dances sort of commissioned, or like getting people to make TikTok dances for you as like a big thing, especially for like label artists and stuff.
Yeah,
I feel.
for sure.
Um,
I actually have a project you might like because it's my friend Christina who let me know about this. I think she might be listening, so hello.
Hello.
And I actually am coming up with a weird side project at the moment. It's called Pixel Girl, which I know is like close to your name, and it's like a animated character. And so I'm working with like a friend on how you can take TikTok dances and then turn them into like a skeleton, and then you can make that dance with music in some way. And there's some quite like weird results with it. But yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's quite annoying because you said that name and I thought, okay, I might have to sue. But
Yeah.
you just told me you were a lawyer.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm not
I
sure.
didn't do that kind of law, so we'd probably just both have to pay a lot of money to someone else anyway.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, let me know.
But yeah, the gravity grind. I think working on that dance is a good idea for anyone's out there listening who's a dancer, and wants to, and heard this track maybe, and wants to make the gravity grind for Connor here. That'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty sick. Have you released a lot of music prior, Connor, or what's how do you feel about releasing music? What's the deal?
Like I had like a kind of like a slightly longer EP that I released like last Christmas. I think it's like 8 tracks, and then a couple of singles, and then like an EP with my friend before. And to be honest, in some ways, I don't necessarily like releasing music that much because it becomes a bit too much of like I don't know, like I much prefer like the creative process. And it's like if you have to do everything end to end, you start like adding these like, I mean, mixing, mastering, making a EP cover, like posting it to all the different distribution services, like promoting them. And that process doesn't really excite me.
Some might
that
say
much.
it becomes a gravity grind.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Sorry, continue. I was paying attention.
No. But you're right. Like, but yeah, I mean, I like kind of the feeling of something like emerging and kind of like finishing it to release it to like turn it into something that, I don't know, like can be like equally consumed across all platforms or like played out somewhere. It can be a difficult thing. I don't know. For me, it's a slightly different process. Like it's not as creative in some way, but I'm trying to just get more comfortable with it and find a better process to release more. Because I think that leads to ultimate like creation in a way. Like you can like more collaborations, or I guess like talking to you now, like or like
gives you an excuse to meet other artists.
Exactly.
It's almost like a Spotify account is your portfolio.
Yeah.
In a annoying way that's you don't make any money off it anyway, so you might as well just think of it as like an Instagram for your music.
Yeah.
Interesting. So has it always been as what was the artist name you used? Liminal state, not space.
Yeah.
State. Right.
Yeah, that's been my only artist name, but I mean, I did a lot of music like growing up, like as a kid and stuff, but I was never like, I mean, I guess I would have been part of I don't know, something, but but this is the only thing that I've ever had like a name like assigned to with some type of like, I don't know. I don't know what you'd call it, but like public facing thing, not just like a performer or something.
And do you think of it as a public face? You say you. Oh, no, that's a hard question to ask. I'll ask something else instead.
Don't
actually.
worry. No, you can ask hard questions. I don't mind.
I'm trying to figure out whether, because I've been thinking a lot about this with my own music. Because with this pixel.daddy project, I'm trying to really collaborate a lot and make a lot of things. I made an album that I put out 2 years ago, year and a half ago. Collaborative album. There was 17 artists on it, and there were different voices on every track. And it was made based on this writing formula that I'd made, where people transcribed Instagram stories and then sent it to each other. So we had 8 songwriters transcribe Instagram stories, and they chopped up the Instagram stories or the text from each other, and then made tracks based off that text. So it kind of was like an attempt to depict whatever. It's kind of played on my mind like what the identity of Pixel Daddy is when there's so many different voices within that, and how do you portray that? Okay, this is not a person really. It's like a curator of sound in a way that sounds less snobby, hopefully at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
But how do you think of that with Liminal State there? What's your like? You must have had to send out this like annoying pitch of like, Liminal State is a UK raised in the grit of London or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
in the gutter.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's kind of, I guess Liminal State was originally meant to be a bit more of like a general, like catch-all kind of like thing that I could even maybe put the other non-music stuff under to some extent. But like, and in the music, it's kind of tending towards this a bit more like kind of abstract kind of music. But I do make like a lot of other, like I make like lots of different types of music. Like I made a bunch of like hip hop and a bunch of, I don't know, hyper pop and techno, and like I don't always release that stuff under Liminal State because I kind of feel like it doesn't fit in some way. So I do consider with maybe, like I was speaking about this with some friends, like do you just have like one artist that's very big and broad and you can kind of release anything under, or do you kind of have lots of smaller ones so you maybe feel free to release a certain type of thing? Or I don't know, it's an interesting idea, but I do find myself not wanting to put, like, say if I make hip hop, I wouldn't as easily put that on Liminal State, but It would be nice to have a way to release all that because it's kind of still fun.
You can always do what's he called now, Fortet, what's his name, Kieran whatever, and have 20 aliases, although that seems so ridiculously
that could be a bit much.
I don't know how the fuck he does it. It's really impressive, to be honest. But have you, so you're more on the side of making multiple projects where you can release stuff within each project than having one big umbrella project kind of?
I haven't done it yet, but I mean I started this Pixel Girl idea, which is the first one that I actually kind of started making more consistent sound and narrative
with this, because
I'm up for it.
Pixel Daddy and Pixel Girl have to have but it does sound a little too sexual when you say Pixel Daddy and Pixel Girl. Then it does sound,
it could do actually. Yeah that's true.
A bit DDLG. We'll have to sort that out, but
there could be a way to do it, like, because I don't want her to be too sexualized. Like, it's more, I don't know, there could be a way to do it, but also the idea is that she's animated, which makes it kind of a bit interesting or difficult. Like, that's the thing that's the difficult part about it, is it turns out animation's really hard.
Turns out.
Yeah, it turns out, yeah.
Okay, interesting. That's very interesting. Is it like, I assume you work on a computer pretty much solely to make this?
Yes, but it's not like I have a bunch of like instruments as well, and so it's all going into a computer, like everything's mixed onto a computer. But
you play some instruments as well.
And it's like guitar, piano, and I used to sing when I was younger. But I'd say I'm not necessarily playing those so much. Like, it's probably more like I do use my voice and stuff, but you would never really be able to tell it's me. Like, it's just a way to create like an input for a sound and then create something organic.
When was the last time you used your voice as you?
As me on a track that I've made?
Or just in a situation.
As in singing live, or
I suppose, or karaoke it could be, but I mean that's a bit cheating, but yeah.
Well, I did a live performance maybe, like, I don't know, I think it was 3-4 weeks ago, where I sung, but it was like, it was singing like with a lot of reverb and kind of like, it's kind of vocally, but it's creating like a space rather than me singing. And then
sorry, continue.
Sorry. No, and then I've just sung to friends, I would say. Like, I actually used, so when I was much younger, I used to sing like classical singing, like opera and stuff. And I can still kind of do some, but only in like a high voice, because I only learned before my voice broke. And so I sung some opera to my friends in Italy actually. I think
What
that
was
was the last
their
time I like
reaction?
properly sang. I think they were quite surprised and liked it. Yeah,
How
which is
come?
nice.
How come your relationship to your voice has changed when you don't use it as your voice in a way anymore in your
Mm.
music?
Um, I mean it probably depersonalizes it a bit more. It probably means that I'm less like obviously present in the music, which is something I kind of like in a way. Like I do like I don't know, like not like giving too many like tells in music. So not so like lyrics, for example, or something like try to have a song that's capable of making you imagine something. Um, and I do think that with this type of music, like this kind of like kind of yeah, this type of like electronic music, it does kind of tend away from like the human in some sense. But I think that's quite kind of interesting to like play with, like can you make a synth sound like a voice? Can you make a voice sound like a synth? And can you mix a like very programmed drum with like a little like a Foley sound, like a crackle
Mm.
or something? Yeah.
I get you, but saying that, I think an opera voice on top of what I just heard earlier would slap.
Mm, mm. I'll get working.
Yeah, you can create your own subgenre of wonky.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
got some things to build with here. We've got to build on. There's the international law. There's the opera voice, and the grindy gravity drum bass.
The gravity grind. Yeah.
Wow, we've come far.
Yeah.
We've come far. But is there anything you want to say to the people listening, and to me before you leave us? That sounds
Nothing so
dour.
specific. I guess I'm almost certain he's not listening, but thanks to Anna's, if he's there, for producing the track. Like he's running a group called Outer Village Audio, who makes some really like interesting I guess more experimental electronic music in Copenhagen. So yeah.
I have a different question to round it
Mhm.
off. When was the last time you had something spoilt for you?
Something what, sorry?
Spoilt for you.
Spoiled.
Mm-hmm. If you remember.
In general?
In
Or-
general.
I'm not too sure.
It could be the plot of the film. It could also be, I guess, when else would something spoil? I mean, something. I guess it's also means if someone fucks up your day, that's someone spoiling you.
Yeah, sometimes. I guess, I mean, I'm trying to think. No one's really fucked up my day a lot. I mean, we have a difficult landlord in our new creative space, but I don't know how many people are listening, so I won't get onto that.
Oh, I might have to call you again. I'm gonna save this number.
Cool.
And next time I'm gonna call you, and we'll hear about the difficult landlord.
This could get dangerous. Like it's just as long as you guys don't get too big.
We'll just keep it anonymous. You'll be known as you'll just be Liminal.
Yeah,
now on, or Limmy.
Yeah. I'll come with like a voice disguiser next time or something.
That would be so in character.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, well thanks for letting us call you, and thanks for sending in stuff. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, take care.
Bye. And that was that. What a gorgeous little first episode. And if you listen closely, you can hear some church bells in the background here. Let me turn up the mic and see if you can hear it. That was intentional to celebrate this first ever spoiler live stream. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. I hope to hear from all of you on our Patreon or on our various social media accounts and all that jazz. You can also DM me if you're interested at pixel.daddy on Instagram. If you're listening to this the week it comes out in the sort of late summer of 2025, then go fucking enjoy the last bit of sun if you're in Denmark. Go sailing on a swan by the lakes with a pint. Actually, I don't know if they still do. Yeah, no, they do. They do. Go sailing on a swan. Not a real life swan, but those plastic pedal boat ones. They're quite fun. I've done it once. And yeah, it's fucking sunny, so go be in the sun, okay? It's good for ya. And soon enough you're gonna have to be snorting those vitamin D tablets, so enjoy the fact that you don't need to right now, yeah? Alright, see you lot next week. Bye.